Emma. Today I'm doing a book review and discussion on Eleanor and Park by Rowell. As I usually do with the discussions and reviews, first I'll do a non-spoiler quick review and then a longer discussion spoiler review. So I gave this book a 3 out of 5. It's my first Rowell book that I've read, and I heard really good things about it. I heard that it was a really cute love story, and Rowell, has this way of creating this cutesy little love story, but it was very, I didn't see it. I was not blown away by it. I gave it a 3 out of 5 because I liked it, but it didn't leave me feeling anything really. Except I was actually kind of mad at the end. I will explain that in the spoilers, but I didn't think it was anything special really, to be honest. It felt pretty flat for me. Yeah, I was disappointed with how it played out. It didn't really live up to its merit that it had gotten. The writing style was good. I liked the writing style, but what I didn't like was the actual story itself or the characters. Yes, there were some parts that I sort of liked. I was like, well, that's, the cute parts or whatever. I mean, there were some parts I could see why people, thought it was a really cute little story. I'm like, oh yeah, I could see that a little bit, but the whole relationship between Eleanor and Park and all their conversations and dialogue and stuff felt really unrealistic. Like, do people really talk like that? Especially strangers when they meet each other? I don't think so. I mean, it didn't feel real at all. I do not think 16-year-olds talk that way to each other. I know I sure as hell didn't talk like that or act that way around people in school. I don't know, I couldn't relate to it at all. It just felt really unrealistic to me. Also, as I just said, they're 16, but throughout the entire book, I kept thinking that they were like 12 or 13 or something. They did not feel like or act like they were 16-year-old teenagers at school. I had to keep reminding myself, okay, these are 16-year-olds. But I didn't see it at all. I kept thinking like their voices, they sounded like they were 12 or something, or the way they were acting. I don't know. Like I said, I couldn't relate to it all. I was not that way when I was 16, and like I said, it felt more like they were 12 or 13. But they were supposed to be apparently 16, and they just didn't feel mature enough. Or their voice, the words they were saying, the things they said, the way they acted, it didn't seem like they were 16, and I couldn't relate to it. And as for the story itself, I felt like nothing really happened. I didn't get the sense that there was this big, ultimate love story relationship going on between them. It didn't jump off the page. I wasn't in the moment with them. I wasn't in tune with any of the characters. I couldn't relate to any of the characters. I didn't particularly care for any of them. So because of that, the whole story itself didn't seem to go anywhere. Nothing really happened. I didn't feel like the relationship developed hugely, or at least not in the way I thought it was going to, or the way that everybody said that, oh, it's an amazing love story and so cute and this and that. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. At least that's how I feel about it. It was pretty disappointing, and I guess it was because it was hyped up so much that I was disappointed. So I'd recommend, if you're going to read this book, go into it not expecting anything. Despite what you've heard, don't expect anything from it, because I expected it to be this really amazing love story, and I didn't feel like it was. But the one thing it had going for it was the writing style, and I liked the back and forth perspectives of Eleanor and Park. You got to see both of their perspectives, so that was kind of interesting. And yeah, the writing style itself, it was alright. It was nice. It flowed really well, and I felt like the characters came through in the words fairly well. So that was probably the one thing that kept me going with the story was that. But as for the story itself and the characters, like I said, and the plot, nothing really happened. Didn't particularly care for the characters. The ending was meh. The whole thing was kind of meh. So, which sucks because everybody said it was so good. But no, it just felt really flat for me. Okay, so that is the non-spoiler quick book review of Eleanor and Park. If you have read the book, please continue watching. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it, and even if you haven't read the book, I mean, I'm not saying you cannot watch anymore, but I'm just saying this next part's going to have spoilers, so you might want to leave. So if you're going to leave, then thanks for watching, and if not, then let's continue. Okay, so the main thing I want to talk about this book is the ending. I don't think there's anything else that I want to No, I just want to say that I really, really hated Richie, but I also equally didn't like the fact that Eleanor's mother just stayed with him and lived with him, with her kids, in the same house as him. Why? As for the characters themselves, I liked Park a lot more than I liked Eleanor. Eleanor was so mean. Like, some of the things she said to Park, I was like, why? Why are you so mean? And I get that, like, that's her character. She's sort of kind of guarded and, you know, comes off as if she's kind of really mean, but really she's not. She's had this hard life and whatnot. And I get that, but she annoyed me. I didn't like her, really. I was kind of like, I don't think he really deserved Park a whole lot. I don't know, but Park, on the other hand, I liked him, like I said, a lot more than I liked Eleanor. He just seemed, I don't know, he was nicer and he was more genuine in the relationship, it seemed. Eleanor was very, like, guarded with the whole thing. I don't know. I just didn't like her. I did like, though, actually, was the fact how the bullies on the bus, Steve and his girlfriend Tina, I actually liked how they turned out to be kind of okay-ish people at the end. I liked how they ended up kind of helping them out in the end and how they sort of changed. So that was nice. I liked Park's mom. She was kind of funny, and, you know, nice. I liked her whole attitude, and I liked his dad too. His dad was really cool. Park's dad. Actually, both of his parents were pretty cool, and I really liked how they were accepting to Eleanor and kind of looked out for her. However, the main problem I had was the ending. What the hell? Why? I just got so mad when I was reading it. I'm like, Eleanor, you are so stupid. What are you doing? Like, first of all, awesome for Park for driving her all the way up to Minnesota away from Richie because he was a horrible person. You know, good for you, Park. High five for being such an awesome boyfriend for doing that. And screw you, Eleanor, for being such a little for, like, why didn't she write back to him? What was the big deal? I don't get that. I really don't get that. Like, poor Park, like, he was, for a whole year, he was writing to her and was like, why isn't she, like, calling, you know? Like, she could have stayed in touch with him. I felt so, and she didn't even read any of his letters. I was like, what is your problem? There was no reason for her to do that. As far as I was concerned, they left on a good note. Yeah, things were kind of dangerous. That was the whole point of him driving her up there, to get away from the danger, but I thought she would keep in touch with him. And I just felt so bad for Park because he was making all this effort and she wasn't even reading his damn letters and, like, any of his gifts or anything, and she didn't even reply back, so he was wondering this whole time. And I really don't understand that at all because there was just, it came out of nowhere. There was, from the way I see it, there was no reason for that to happen. She could have talked to him, she could have, you know, secretly still kept in touch with him, and who knows, he could have maybe come up through the summer on the weekends and, like, gone to see her in his car and stuff, and so it's still, they still could have been together, it just would be more secret because they wouldn't want Richie or anybody to find out. So I don't understand why that went the way it did. I don't know, I don't understand Rainbow Rowell's reasoning for making Eleanor such a little brat at the end by not replying to his letters, being like, I'm not even reading. I don't even understand why. I don't get it. However, I did like, though, how at the end it's kind of up to the reader to decide whether or not things turn out okay, because in the end, finally, like a year later, she does reply back to him, and he's all happy and he smiles, and then it ends. So that's something to hang on to. It's like, okay, so now it's kind of up to me to decide, do they continue or do they not? And to me, I'm gonna say that they do. I'm gonna say that they do continue their relationship. Maybe it doesn't go forever, who knows, but I'm gonna say after she sent that note, for me, I think they do get together and continue their relationship. So that is my spoilery discussion review for Eleanor and Park. If you've read it, please let me know what you think. I'd like to know if I'm the only one who feels that way with the ending, or the whole book in general. Yeah, so thanks for watching.